For training purposes only. Tape 7.
Come on, Arnold. Pick up, damn it, come on. That's definitely a raptor. I can't tell from here which one it is, though. It looks like the shape of Storm, her head movements, but I can't be sure. Absolutely an adult velociraptor. How did she get out? Damn it, where is Control when you need them? Arnold, come in. Arnold, are you there? Robbie, can you hear me?
Yeah, Muldoon?
Robbie, where's Arnold?
He's asleep. Why?
Asleep.
Yeah, it's 2 a.m., Muldoon.
Shit.
I doubt anyone's in the control room at this hour. What do you need?
I need a raptor count.
Yeah, I wouldn't know how to do that even if I got down there.
Can you meet me at the Jungle River between the Dilos and Sauropod?
Now, I thought everything in the control room was automated. Well, Nedry said minimum staff for up to 3 days. I guess after a few days, you would have to have human intervention back in the control room. But so much, they tried to automate so much. And I think that's a large part of what Ian was saying was the level of control that they were trying to go for here was unprecedented and ultimately doomed to fail, again, because chaos theory. But yeah, I don't know how I would feel in a zoo type setting, leaving animals unattended overnight, especially if you have nocturnal animals in your zoo. And Jurassic Park is unprecedented in the fact that it's not just an ordinary zoo. It is the biggest asterisk on the planet. You have no idea how these animals are going to behave. You have no idea what's going to happen. I kind of feel like had I been in control, I'd have had somebody watching the park 24 hours a day. I wouldn't have just had John Arnold sitting at the computer during a 8 to 16 hour shift. I'd had that place manned around the clock, which if you look in Jurassic World, it kind of looks like that's the case. When they did get the park up and running finally, it did look like that control room had staff that rotated out in shifts. So I don't know. Just the Park compared to World always blows my mind because Jurassic Park was going for as much automation as possible. And then you jump so far into the future, whether it be IRL or, in their canon, and technology has changed so rapidly that we can automate so much properly now where it wouldn't fail. But you're still staffing that control room around the clock, which is I wouldn't have felt comfortable leaving one man in charge of that around the clock.
Swamp.
Let me put something on.
It's left the water. And now that I've got a clearer view, I don't think that's Storm at all. I don't know who it is, to be honest. And I don't want to risk shooting and hitting the fence instead. That would create a massive issue. My best bet is to prevent it from leaving my sight. But how the bloody hell did it escape?
It's calling for other raptors. So
It's
did it
calling
escape?
now. I don't know what to think anymore. This is messed up.
Or was it born outside of the enclosure?
It's making a move, heading back down towards the water. I think, shit! There's really no way to get closer without entering the Dilophosaur enclosure.
Lost sight of it.
No, she's back. Oh, shit.
Ooh.
injured herself. No, just going to shake it off. Oh shit, I need to get closer, but I don't want to scare it off.
I wonder if they had programs that also recorded the fluctuation in
Damn it, you're gonna
electricity.
Get away from me. She's heading back to the water. I think I know a way to get downstream and intercept it. But that forces me to enter the jungle river.
Yeah, don't do that.
Was heading towards the north end of the enclosure. And there's only one way to get there from here.
Are we actually going to go down the river? Ooh. About to get fun.
If my calculations are right, I think I know exactly where it will pop out from. And I can meet it right there. The trick is to not startle it and have it panic and take a different route, disappearing again. I'm not going to speed through here.
Rexy's very talkative. I hear her in the distance.
Compies.
Someone in the comment section for the last video pointed out that the compies also had a venomous bite, which I had forgotten almost completely. I do love the fact that an eagle-eyed viewer who knows this series seemingly better than I is keeping me on my toes, helping me to remember things that I've forgotten. I will say this, going back to when I was a kid, obviously I watched the movie more than I ever read any novels, in general. Unless you were kind of a bookworm, you didn't really read a lot as a kid. You tend to play more video games than movies and things. I remember I watched the movie first, years before I sat down and actually decided to read the novel. And I was very confused about the video game adaptations. I didn't understand like the whole river part. Like the first Jurassic Park video game I think I played was on the Sega Genesis, long before I tried any of the Nintendo versions. And it is still to this day my go-to Jurassic Park game for that era. I think it's better than any of the stuff on the Game Boy or the Nintendo. Those games were terrible. But I love the art. I love the side scrolling. I love the sound effects. I love the visuals. I love the settings. But I never did understand why Grant was in a boat on the water. And I never did understand why we were in the pump station and volcano. I was like, there's no volcano in the movie. What is happening? As I got older, I started to piece together, well, a lot of this is probably from the novel too. So, Lord. This is kind of what the Jurassic Park ride and the Jurassic World rides are. They're like
These
little
guys
river
have taken
cruises.
on a whole new level of creep factor. Now that I suspect they spit venom.
Yeah.
Can't believe it. How one escaped is beyond me. This is the Jungle River Cruise Gate, which should follow through to the north of the Dilo enclosure. My best guess is that raptor should be close, assuming that it's racing in a fairly straight line. Enclosure needs a thorough combing to make sure. Shit! There it
There
is.
she is.
I'm of two minds about this right now. If I positively ID this as one of ours, and Control can track its movements since leaving its enclosure, then I'll be waiting for Robbie with the tranks. Won't be killing it. However, if this is the raptor from the evening of September 9th, yeah, that's not one of ours.
My God.
I've never seen this thing before. I don't even know what to say. The markings are nothing like the current three. The composure is off. It's just... I don't understand how this can be. Where did you come from? I've worked with all 8 raptors from the get-go here on Nubla, and I remember them very distinctly.
Those are the eyes from the Lost World.
What the hell have you done, Henry?
He's a mad scientist.
Okay, that was definitely a raptor call.
Yes, it was.
Or is my mind inventing things? Come on, Robert,
No.
think.
That was
You're
a
at the
raptor
junction
call.
between the Dilo enclosure and Sauropod Swamp. There's some good 4 or 5 miles between here and the raptors. Their calls don't travel that far, not like the Rexes, whose roars are more resonant. That sounds guttural. Almost submerged.
Oh, no.
Oh, Christ. There's definitely something submerged.
You kind of faintly see the bottom.
No, thank you.
Nobody's picking up.
A little early even for you, Robert.
John, I'm calling from the river. I'm alone out here, and I've got a body in the raft with me. Velociraptor. Fresh kill. And before you ask, no, it's not one of ours.
Robert, that's quite a way to begin a conversation at 3 a.m. Are you certain? We catalogue every animal on the island very carefully.
I'm certain enough to have put a round through its head. Patterning's wrong, build's unfamiliar, and it was nowhere near the enclosure it should have been.
Animals wander. You know that better than anyone, Robert. How often are you finding the Orthnelia wandering in the stegosaur paddock?
You're joking.
Island Nubla isn't a museum display. It's a living system. Henry assures me.
With respect, John, Henry isn't the one walking into the jungle at night. Something's off. Between my sightings of a 4th raptor a week ago, the juvenile Rex finding a baby raptor, and now this, it feels like pieces moving without us authorizing them. Something nefarious at play, I dare say.
You sound tired, Robert. And understandably so. But nefarious is a very strong word. Park is built on redundancy and oversight. Henry Wu has every genome, every behavioral parameter well in hand.
That's precisely what worries me, but let me bring up a more concrete topic once again. The raptors being moved to the holding pen. I wasn't given a reason, and I'd like that reason. Raptors don't get relocated casually, John. They notice things like that.
There are adjustments planned, improvements. The current enclosure needs to be modified, and it's simpler to remove the animals entirely during the process.
Adjustments for what?
All right. Confidentially, and this does not leave this call, we're preparing a new batch. Next year, Isla Sorna. Refinements have been made. Temperament, visual appeal, some cosmetic considerations that will play better with the public.
You're making raptors friendlier.
Presentable, Robert. Awe-inspiring rather than alarming. Think of it as evolution with intention.
Raptors don't belong anywhere the public can see them, John. Not behind glass, not behind moats, not behind a chipper tour guide recording in a car.
Imagine it. Velociraptor Valley. A dedicated attraction. Elevated paths, reinforced barriers, controlled sightlines. People would come from all over the world.
People would die from all over the world. These animals test fences for sport. They probe. One failure, one oversight, and it's chaos. They should all be destroyed.
You're being an alarmist again, Robert.
I'm being experienced.
And I value that experience, Robert, truly. But the
I don't think you do. I think you hired him based on his name and his reputation. And I think that you're using that as a means to assure the public, of course, once the park becomes public, that you've got the best of the best and that you spared no expense.
park cannot be run on fear.
Then let me give you another reason to be cautious. The Dilophosaurs. Harding and I believe they may be capable of projecting venom. We've found residue, secondary kills, patterns that don't align with any known waste or secretion.
Venom-spitting Dilophosaurs. You see why that sounds sensational?
No, I see why ignoring it would be convenient for InGen. We want authorization for exploratory surgery. One animal, controlled environment, confirm it or rule it out.
Surgery introduces risk, Robert. Stress, infection, fallout, etc., etc. These animals are expensive, Robert.
Workers are more so.
I won't approve invasive procedures based on suspicion alone. Henry would also object strongly.
Henry isn't the one cataloging bodies.
That's enough. I hear your concerns. I truly do, Robert. And I will think about it. But for now, get some rest.
And this dead raptor before me?
We're building something extraordinary here, Robert. Don't let the darkness of the jungle convince you otherwise.
The jungle doesn't convince me of anything, John. It just shows me what's already there. And that doesn't answer my question.
Deliver it to the East Dock in a container, and we'll use it for lab sampling on Site B. Good night, Robert.
Wow. I don't think you've understood the nature of my concern one bit, John.
I understand that you've had a rather action-packed adventure at night, and the adrenaline of the outing has caused you to be overly animated about your findings. The computer does not make errors counting our animals.
Oh, is that so now, John? Is that so? John. John. Oh my God.
So I'm a mixture of saddened and relieved to say that you're the one that's made the error.
What?
Which I'm not blaming you, of course, Robert. You've had a long night and you're tired. So I strongly suggest getting some much-deserved rest. The park needs its game warden at his best.
Just arrived at the East Dock, Muldoon.
Thanks for that, Robbie.
What are you thinking?
I don't think I am, not properly anyway. There's too much going on in my mind to wrangle without sleep.
You've been up all night.
Robbie, Hammond didn't sound fazed by the fact that there was a raptor on the loose. He almost sounded like he was happy to have it killed and make it disappear.
You know,
That's-
Hammond
yeah.
always dodging InGen's questions. He probably just wanted to keep it under wrap.
Absolutely a Hammond thing to do, but I almost feel slightly gaslit. I've worked with these animals since day one. There were 8 of them. I documented 5 deceased, and now there's 1 unaccounted for.
Was gaslit a term in 1991? Hang on a minute. I gotta look this up. I thought about that recently too. When was gaslit? or when did, rather, gaslit become a term? Because I wanted to know where that came from, because everybody uses it today like it's going out of style. And I remember Googling this not too long ago. 1938. The word was widely used in casual conversation. 1960s to 1990s. 1995, the term made its very first appearance in the New York Times in an op-ed column. The next 20 years, however, it remained relatively obscure. Yeah, the modern explosion, 2016 to the present. That's what's tripping me up, is the fact that it's 2016 to the present. Catch-all. Today, it's evolved into a catch-all piece of therapy speak. I guess 1961, this is the earliest recorded use of gaslighting as a psychological. Okay, so I guess it was a thing. It was just not as popular in everyday speech patterns.
In the loading container with you. Is there something I'm missing, Robbie?
I was under the same impression as you, Muldoon. I haven't worked with the raptors as long as you have, but a quick cursory glance at the body, and even I could tell you that it physically looks different to the three in the enclosure. So I'm confused.
My thoughts exactly.
Easy. Easy does it. Yep. And hold. Hold it there. Easy.
Okay, Robbie, I'm going to hang out with my best friend for a bit, then head to sleep.
Okay. Have a good night. Or a good morning at this point.
Thanks. Bye. Is this thing off? No, I don't care. Spared no expense.
Oh my God. That's terrifying. All right. Well, that's going to do it for this outing. Photos log number 7. This is probably the most lore heavy and the most interesting so far. I don't really know what to say beyond that. That was a hell of an ending there. It was a hell of an ending to tape 7. Ooh. I can't wait to watch the next one.